Just in, identity of FBI mole has been leaked to the media by Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. The identity of the FBI mole who spied on the Trump campaign has been leaked to the media. The New York Times and Washington Post have the name, and while they have not released it for fear of harming national security, it's all but blatantly obvious who it is. The identity of the mole is not officially confirmed but widely recognized as Stefan Halper. From the Washington Examiner, the identity of an FBI informant has been leaked to at least two media outlets, even as the Justice Department refuses to disclose that information to Congress. But these newsrooms are refraining from publishing this individual's name out of concern for national security and the safety of this person and his or her sources. Still, the level of description about the informant provided in these reports has prompted rampant speculation of who the source may be. All this amid Republican furor this week about a possible effort to spy on President Trump's 2016 campaign. Two reports published Friday evening, one by the New York Times and the other by the Washington Post, described the informant as an American academic who teaches in the United Kingdom and met up with three members of the Trump campaign. These include campaign advisors Carter Page, who was surveilled by the government, and George Papadopoulos, who pleaded guilty last year to lying to the FBI and agreed to cooperate with special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. The FBI reportedly launched its investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election after it got word that Papadopoulos learned that the Russians obtained thousands of former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's emails months before WikiLeaks published them. The reports from the Times and the Post come after Trump seized on unverified reports this week and rallying cries by his allies about the possibility of a spy for political purposes. Reports are there was indeed at least one FBI representative implanted for political purposes into my campaign for president, Trump tweeted Friday. It took place very early on and long before the phony Russia hoax became a hot fake news story, if true, all-time biggest political scandal. However, there is no public evidence that the informant behaved improperly when obtaining information on members of the Trump campaign or that the inquiry had political motivations. I mean, we have to question. They're saying it doesn't seem like it was a politically motivated. I mean, really? Although the Times and the Post are so far withholding the identity of the informant, conservative journalists were quick to note on Twitter that the description of the individual matches that of prior reporting. One particular report they have singled out dates back to March from the conservative Daily Caller, which describes how Stefan Halper, a U.S. professor from Cambridge University who served in 3 Republican administrations and also had ties to the CIA, met with Page and Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos and Page attended several meetings with Halper, and while Papadopoulos considers the meetings with the professor suspicious in retrospect, Page did not pick up on anything suspicious. At the time, I never found his actions suspicious, Page told NBC News. He never offered me 1 cent, just 2 foreign policy scholars having some discussions. That's about all that I took it as. In recent weeks, Republicans in Congress have tried to zero in on possible misbehavior at the Justice Department. Yeah, we can be waiting for that one. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes subpoenaed the Justice Department for documents concerning an American who was a confidential intelligence source for Mueller's investigation. The subpoena came after the agency did not reply to a letter asking for details on Mueller's probe. But the DOJ did not provide the documents, informing Nunes that providing the information would threaten the life of the source and jeopardize national security. Instead, he got a briefing with government officials last week, along with Representative Trey Gowdy, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, and we can all just speculate on what took place there. Though they said they had a productive, quote, meeting and look forward to future discussions, Nunes did not respond to an invitation from the DOJ to answer questions he posed last week. In a follow-up meeting Friday, an agency spokesperson told the Washington Examiner. What was it? That Nunes did not respond to an invitation from the DOJ to answer questions he posed last week in a follow-up meeting Friday? That's odd. Meanwhile, Democrats are pushing back, and Nunes and others are clamoring for the disclosure of identifying information about the informant. Senator Mark Warren argued revealing the identity of a covert FBI source could jeopardize Mueller's investigation. We wouldn't want to do that, would we now? And warned that it could even be illegal. Really? But planting a spy is not illegal. No, I don't think so, right? It would be at best irresponsible, and at worst potentially illegal. Yeah, for members of Congress to use their positions, how dare they use their positions to learn the identity of an FBI source for the purpose of undermining the ongoing sham of an investigation into Russian interference in our election? The ranking member of the Senate Intelligence Committee said in a statement Friday, boy, that Mark Warner, he's spewing a lot of crap, right? Anyone who is entrusted with our nation's highest secret should act with the gravity and seriousness of purpose that knowledge deserves. So now what does that tell you? A Democrat caring about the gravity and seriousness, and Congress, which is always informed of everything. It has never been in the history where they never turned over information to Congress. But he's a Democrat and he wants Congress not to use their authority. Doesn't that make a lot of sense? The first thing any new member of the Intelligence Committee learns is the critical importance of protecting sources and methods, he added. Publicly outing a source risks not only their life, but the lives of every American, because when sources are burned, it makes it that much harder for every part of the intelligence community to gather intelligence on those who wish to do us harm. The only people I can see that want to do us harm, Senator Mark Warren, is your Democratic Party, from what I see, because they're not concerned about anything. And talking about what ongoing investigation are these idiots talking about? It's already understood that there's no collusion. What are they talking about? Why is Mueller still there? That's what I'd like to know. What is going on? But I'm at a loss for words here. We're taking Mark Warner and we're discussing what an idiot was saying in the media? I mean, really? Giving him so much time and airspace? Congress always had the authority to get the answers. Only in this instance in the history, they're denied access to that information. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.